Virginia may not have a particularly super Tuesday. Virginia is among 16 states and one territory holding presidential primaries. The outcome in Virginia is pretty much determined. Donald Trump will win the Republican contest, ditto Joe Biden in Democratic balloting. That doesn't mean the Virginia primary is for naught. There could be an important message in the results. For Trump, the all but official Republican nominee, it's that he could still have a big problem with suburban voters. Nikki Haley made a late play in Virginia, campaigning in the suburbs outside Richmond and Washington, D.C., those areas where Marco Rubio was strong in the 2016 primary. He ran a very close second to Trump, whose strength is largely in the countryside and in working class regions. Rubio's finish affirmed a challenge that continues for Trump: how to win over affluent, educated voters abundant in the suburbs. Because of Trump, more and more of them are voting Democratic. That helped Biden defeat Trump in 2020, and the president hopes to repeat that. But Biden has his own headaches in Virginia. Arab American voters and others angry over Biden's alignment with Israel in the war with Hamas want to send Biden a message, though it may be too little, too late. In the Michigan primary, such voters, more than 100,000, cast ballots for uncommitted delegates rather than those pledged to Biden. This was their way of saying Biden has infuriated a bunch of Democrats, perhaps enough to tip Michigan, a swing state, to Trump. Here in Virginia, there's a similar effort underway. Because there isn't an uncommitted option on the ballot, disaffected Democrats are being urged to vote for Marianne Williamson. She's the self-help guru who's called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. This attempt at a protest vote may not go anywhere. It's late. It hasn't gotten a lot of publicity. It's barely organized. But if it does get traction, it will be in Northern Virginia, which has among the largest concentration of Arab American voters in the state. Arab American voters were brought into the Democratic Party almost 40 years ago by Jesse Jackson. The civil rights activist turned presidential candidate reached out to them by talking up a Palestinian state. These overtures helped Jackson win Virginia's 1988 primary. That didn't make it any easier for Democrats to carry the state in the general election. Indeed, Virginia wouldn't tip blue for president until 2008, when Barack Obama won here. He was the first Democrat to do so since 1964. Given the dramatic change in Virginia, the increased diversity, the accelerating suburbanization, a Trump win would seem out of reach, and early polling suggests Biden will be victorious in Virginia this year, extending the Democratic presidential win streak to 5. But based on what's happening ahead of Super Tuesday, it may not be pretty. For the Richmond Times-Dispatch, this is Jeff Shapiro.